Hi, you're watching Palm Beach Rox, and I'm your host, Roxana Sella. Just because we have the best weather, and it definitely heats up, doesn't mean you're not going inside to cool down with a great drink and Palm Beach Rox, right where you want us on mobile, TV, and the web. So sit back and chill, because we've got a show you won't want to miss, so don't go anywhere. Polo Gear is the official sporting goods line for the Sport of Kings, carrying a wide range of products from custom helmets and saddles to everyday sportswear, including a great line of Polo Girl clothing. Polo Gear has everything you need to play the game of polo. Golden Globe winner Eva Longoria teamed up with award-winning Andy Garcia to bring you the passion behind the new film, Greater Glory.
You're an army fighting for God and for the church. We will fight with honor and dignity.
In the United States, we've been following your war with the Catholic Church.
I would hardly call it a war.
Hey, Roxy from Palm Beach, how are you?
We're great, and your fans at Palm Beach Rox are so excited to have you both here. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Oh, so let's jump right into it. Everyone knows that you both are very talented and amazing actors. I mean, Andy, your roles in The Godfather, The Untouchables, Ocean's 12, and Eva, what can I say? Desperate Housewives, you've had an amazing year on the series. I mean, they've been incredible. Now, we find you both are in the upcoming movie For Greater Glory.
I play
Mine's in relation to him, so he has to say it.
I play a historical character by the name of Enrique Gorostieta. He was a decorated general who fought in the Mexican Revolution. He was retired, and he gets hired to lead this army of that is rebelling against the Mexican government. They were called Cristeros, and the actual war was called La Cristiada. And basically, the Mexican government passed a decree and a set of laws that were, first of all, limited what the church was able to do, and then later outlawing the church and basically kicking them out of the country. And these rebels, these people rose up to fight for their religious freedom. And it's a historical piece, you know. It actually happened in the 1920s. Many people died. It motivated a lot of immigration into America in that time period because of this war. And not only in America, but in other countries around the world. I know even from my own culture in Cuba, there was a lot of nuns from Mexico that came to teach in Cuba, but, you know, fleeing from this persecution. So it's a fascinating piece of history that I know nothing about, and none of the people that I spoke to. So that was very, very curious, you know.
So tell us a little bit about your characters in this.
Well, Andy drew me to the part. Andy said, show up in Mexico on this day. I said, great, what are we doing? But yeah, he's the one that found the script was sent to him, and you know, it was rooted in these real life people, and that was really attractive. And the entire film is filled with real life stories of people who contributed to the Civil War for religious freedom. And so I think it was it attracted a lot of great actors. I mean, the movie poster can't even fit all of them on there because it's just so packed with these rich characters, because they are real people.
Yeah, anytime you're dealing with church and state, it comes out to be so exciting, I think, and very interesting. Now, what drew you to the part?
Oh, well, I mean, it was a great honor to play this character. I mean, obviously the screenplay was very stimulating, and what the movie stands for is it's an easy thing to champion, you know. I'm a product of a similar situation in Cuba, where, you know, we were, you know, the regime, the Castro regime took our freedoms away, and still have to this day. So there hasn't been a Cristiada there, unfortunately. So, you know, on that level, it touched me very deeply. But, you know, you look at the material as an actor and as a filmmaker, and you kind of assess of what its potential could be. And this reeked of all the classic Hollywood movies that I grew up with, you know, and those large scope, you know, big panoramas. You know, it was beautiful, and the movie reflects that.
Yeah, I have to say, I've seen the trailers. I think it looks just very, very compelling and so interesting.
Oh, the trailers just touch upon it. It's a really beautiful film.
Well, I have a quick second here. Is there anything else that we can look forward to that's coming up in your lives next?
In our lives?
Well, we did a movie together with Forrest Whitaker called The Truth, that hopefully will come out at the end of the year. You'll see Eva shoot an AK-47 rifle. like we've never seen before.
It's going to be action-packed, the next movie. So we'll be talking to you again in a couple months.
You must remember that men will fire bullets, but God decides where they land.
We've got the amazing Jason Mazuka. Listen to what he has to dish about on his new movie, The Dictator, starring Sacha Cohen.
For over 4 decades, the people have lived under the rule of a tyrant who denies them their most basic human rights.
The time has come for him to step aside.
We must keep on with the NATO mission and bring him to justice.
I am for free press, fair elections, and equal rights for women. I can't say that.
On your mark, get set.
How you doing, Roxana?
Hey, Jason, great. How are you?
I'm well, thanks.
Great. We are so happy to have you here on Palm Beach Rox.
Sure.
Now, you have been in a variety of movies and TV series, The Life and Time of Tim, Baby Mama, Parks and Recreations, Enlightened, and I could go on.
Please do. Please do. Let's go through them all.
Oh, so tell us about Dictator.
So The Dictator is the new Sacha Baron Cohen movie, and he's playing kind of a dictator of a kind of North African oil-rich country, and I'm his nuclear scientist, trying to build his weapons of mass destruction. But very quickly in the movie, we both kind of are, lose power and are basically almost homeless, living in New York, trying to help get him back into power. And it's kind of like a big comedy about him falling in love for the first time, and he and I trying to help him get back into power against his enemy, who's played by Sir Ben Kingsley. It's a really funny movie.
But you kind of play the straight guy.
Yes, absolutely.
And now, I have to say a lot of this has to be improv. I mean, some of the movies that, of course, you all have worked on are not always scripted. So maybe you could share a little of that with us.
Well, so yeah, this was, there was a great script, terrific writers, Berg, Schaefer, Mandel are their names, and then also Ant Hines and Dan Mazer and others. Like, Sacha surrounds himself with a really kind of impressive group of writers who've been working with him, from Borat and Bruno and Ali G and all these guys who kind of are his writing staff. Wrote a great script, really hilarious. But then once we would get into shooting with Larry Charles, the director, we would shoot the script as it was, and then once we did that, we would kind of diverge and explore different ideas and try and find funnier jokes or different setups and just improvise a lot, which was, for me, like, really exciting.
I know, I can't even imagine what some of the outtakes were like, your bloopers. I mean, it must have been just crazy.
Completely outrageous. Like, I really hope they put a lot of it on the DVD, just because there is so much stuff that obviously could not fit in a 80 whatever minute movie it is. There's so much stuff that we did that was so funny.
Now, how was it working with the infamous Sacha Baron Cohen?
Oh, it was great. It was exciting. He's somebody, for me, that since I started doing comedy, in the late 90s, I was always very aware of, whether it was from the Ali G show that he was doing or when he started doing that show here on HBO, all the way through the movies. He's somebody that I've watched for years and thought was a genius. So to work with him was kind of amazing. Well,
is he ever out of character?
Oh, sure. Yeah, no, he is. I mean, when we're shooting during the day, not so much. He kind of stays in it. That's kind of his process. But, during lunch or before work or after work, no, he's like a totally normal, ordinary person.
I love being an American. إلا وحواني لو فويش مش Empire State Building. ولا سيبنا سيدنا بس هو شاينا بس Statue of Liberty. أيوة.
Lucy Liu is back on our show to talk about her commitment to saving lives along with the help of Hines. Hey, Lucy.
Hi, Roxanne.
It's such a pleasure having you on Palm Beach Rox once again. Your fans truly enjoyed your previous interview you did with us on Southland.
Yes, that was really fun, and the show was great. I loved being on it.
So, Lucy, of course, we all know you so well as an amazing and talented actress from Kill Bill, Charlie's Angels, the TV series Dirty Sexy Money, and so much more. But today, you're here to talk about something a little different, something serious and dear to you. Young children globally dying from anemia.
It's something that people don't know about. It's called the hidden hunger, and I've teamed up with Heinz, and they have a humanitarian campaign. It's called the Micronutrient Campaign, and it is something incredibly simple, and it just makes a huge difference. Basically, they have developed these sachets that you sprinkle over food, and it doesn't have an odor, it doesn't have a taste, and children receive all the essential vitamins and nutrients they need. There's 15 essential vitamins and nutrients in these sachets. Over a course of 4 months, 60 sachets will get a child back to where they need to be for healthy development, mentally and physically, and that is something incredible. They're giving back to the community. It is a humanitarian, non-for-profit campaign that they've had intact since 2001. So it's wonderful to be around a group of people that want to give back to the community. And I've traveled with them to China and most recently to Haiti and visited an orphanage where the children are receiving these sachets. And just to see the amount of energy and happiness, I mean, it's just wonderful to be around, yeah.
Okay, can you tell us about your recent trip to Haiti?
I think we also visited another area. It was a hospital, Albert Schweitzer, which had a ward for children who were malnutritioned. And we spent a lot of time with the children in there, and it was very difficult to see kids and babies who are attached to IVs and who are, bloated and who have sunken eyes. I mean, usually you see a baby and they're incredibly healthy and they smile and they're kind of chubby, and these children did not have any of that. They were incredibly impoverished. They came from impoverished backgrounds, and it's incredibly difficult to see children in that condition. And it's also hard to know that it's so simple to change that with these sachets that Heinz provides. It's sort of it's an imbalance, and we take that for granted because we have so many things available to us here in America.
What can your fans do to help tackle these alarming numbers of infants and child deaths?
Well, I think the first step is awareness. Heinz has been able to help 3.5 million children to date. They have programs in Tanzania, they have programs in China, and in Haiti. So I think the first step is to understand what it is. And somebody asked me a question earlier and said, well, I don't understand. I mean, if their children are eating, then why are they suffering from malnutrition? How is that possible? And it's because in food, it doesn't mean that you're eating the right foods for you. And in developing countries, they have many other issues to deal with: weather, drought, poor soil. They actually grow the things that they eat. And if they don't have those, the right sun or the right rain, and even the right area to grow vegetables, that's something that they're not going to have. And that's something that children absolutely need in their diets.
Now, Lucy, what is the website for this that people can go to?
There is a website. You can go on Heinz.com and you can learn about it. You can educate yourself. It's all about awareness. That's the first step.
Well, Lucy, I think I would speak for everyone when we say thank you for advocating for such an amazing cause and getting the word out there. One more question. Are there currently any new projects you have coming up?
Well, I just had 2 movies come out, something called Detachment and another called Trouble with Bliss, and I just finished shooting a pilot in New York City called Elementary. So we will see how it all turns out. It's been a very busy spring thus far.
Well, you are certainly busy. And then to take out time for this project with Heinz, it's wonderful.
It's been a pleasure.
Thanks so much, Lucy, and we'll speak with you soon. We never get tired of the Victoria's Secret supermodels, do we? Erin Heatherton talks sexy and, ooh, fashion secrets. Hi, Erin. You know, Erin, I have been everywhere with the Victoria's Secret Angels, behind the scenes, getting ready for the red carpets in New York, in Miami. Yeah, for the supermodel contest, and I just love working with them. But I need to know, have I made your 2012 What is Most Sexy list?
Yes, you have.
Really? Oh, I was waiting for my envelope to come in the mail. So let's talk about working for Victoria's Secret, the modeling aspect of your job. I mean, it has to be one of the most demanding, if not exciting jobs.
Modeling for Victoria's Secret is demanding. It definitely requires not only you look good, but you feel good, and that's a whole process. And working for Victoria's Secret, as long as I've learned that confidence is something that comes from within, and no matter what you appear on the outside, everything that you feel about yourself, that's the thing that's going to radiate the strongest, and that's what makes a bombshell. You have to be confident, you have to love yourself, and you have to bring that to work with you every day. And so it's something I practice all the time, loving myself, and that's what the What is Sexy list is all about.
So, I love my bag, but you know, I think that when I look at Victoria's Secret products, I get excited. I mean, they just create this thought of being beautiful.
I feel the same way. Even when I have to do like work in the store and I do press in the store, just being around all the beautiful colors, and I just get so excited. Like the feminine little girl in me just wants to go shopping.
So, Erin, what is your favorite Victoria's Secret fashion item that will make us ladies feel like a knockout this summer?
I am obsessed with this new VS Knockout bra because not only is it wireless and comfortable, which I love, it gives you great lift. It's a balcony shape, so it's great for all the low-cut tops and dresses I wear in the summer. And it comes in bright colors, which look great with a tan. I love this coral especially. This makes all your clothes look better because it gives you that hourglass shape, and it just makes you feel, gives you that little je ne sais quoi. You just feel a little bit more confident when you have great shape and great color.
Great. Now, what about any special projects coming up this summer?
Special project. I have a lot coming up, but I think I will reveal later. But I definitely have a lot on my plate right now.
Being honored in our county is always special to us at Palm Beach Rox, and Tea Time Golf Classic did just that. It was a great night to remember. And I'm here with Peter, and this is our very first coalition against alcohol and drugs, substance abuse. So tell us, you're the founder of it. What made you want to start this?
Well, I noticed that there were so many young people that were coming into AA and the 12-step programs. Many of them could not afford to get treatment for alcohol and substance abuse. Many of them said their insurance wouldn't cover it, or they had limitations on it. Plus, the treatment is very expensive. And when one of my friends, dear friends, because they had this problem, they couldn't get into a treatment center, they killed themselves.
Oh my.
And they died from this, it's a disease.
Yes, it is a disease.
And when that happened, I figured something has to be done. So the premise of what we're doing here is to be able to scholarship people, young people, as well as adults, who cannot afford to get treatment for drugs and alcohol. So I feel what my thinking here is the private sector has to step in. Private corporation, private citizens coming forward, we can do this.
Yeah.
We can do this. And we're seeing, and it is happening.
Right.
Why? Because you're here.
That's right. I mean, take a look around at all the people. It's an amazing thing.
They're here.
Peter, it's a wonderful turnout. I'm excited about it, and I love the fact that it's not limited to any age.
That's right.
Absolutely. I mean, anyone that has a problem out there and they need help, I mean, Peter, this is the go-to place.
Yeah.
So is there a word for us NBCers?
Now that we're all... Are we on the Peacock Network? Everyone's got their feathers out tonight?
So now, this is so cool to have you here, but I think it's even more important that this is something that the community can really get involved in.
Well, I think what we're able to do at News Channel 5 is provide a platform for organizations like the South Florida Coalition Fighting Substance Abuse, because again, in this economy where there isn't the money to help people who need this kind of treatment. It's a very bold step for this group, first of all, to come together, and then second of all, to reach out to the community and say, well, how can the community help us get involved? And what we can do as a media organization is sort of promote it, show people who are success stories, because alcohol and drug abuse affects countless numbers of families.
Everybody, all ages, male, female, it doesn't matter.
Absolutely,
right?
And so for us, it's our pleasure for WPTV to be a part of this event, to get out there and to show people that there are groups coming together, even in these tough economic times, to try to fight this problem.
Right, come together, and there is a number, and there is a website that you can go to get more information on this, and no one is alone out there tonight.
No, absolutely not. This is a great event.
Great, thanks so much for coming and for being a part of it. I love NBC. Now, Robert, tell me, what's your involvement in this? Besides, of course, I know you are already involved in it, but why don't you tell the audience?
I'm the director of the South Florida Coalition Against Substance Abuse. I'm the master of ceremonies here tonight.
Yeah.
And we have a wonderful show with Michael Israel.
Now, I know, Michael, that you always surprise me at every event. I never know what to expect, but give me just a little tease about tonight.
Oh, it's going to be really boring.
Oh, no, your shows are never boring. Stop already.
Well, it's all going to be a surprise. I can't tell you up front what I'm going to do, but it'll be a whole range of things. So each painting will kind of lead into the next one.
Oh, wow. Are we doing 3 tonight?
We're doing 5.
5? Oh, you are really in for a treat to watch Michael perform out there. And I love the after effects, because when everyone realizes what you've painted, it's like, what? How did he do that? How come I never saw that? That's an amazing thing.
It's a great time.
You know, thank you so much for coming out and supporting the coalition tonight. Tell us what this means to you to be this involved in the community on such a very, very explosive problem.
Well, it is, and I've been a policeman for 40 years. In addition, I've worked part-time in the substance abuse field. I taught DUI school for 33 years. I serve on several boards, nonprofit boards that help people. And we realize that when we look at our inmate population, 2,400 a day, that have about 85% are there because of alcohol and drug problems.
How many?
85%.
Oh my goodness, that's staggering. All right, so doctor, tell us about everything that's going on tonight, because there is just so much excitement here in the room.
Well, there is, and you know, we're very fortunate tonight to be invited here and help support this foundation. Barisha is the company that we represent. I'm on the medical board for Barisha International. It is the only world's fat-burning coffee that's made. It's a patented blend. It uses natural products, and it allows the body to avoid the storage of fat that's been created by products like caffeine and tea on a natural basis.
Now, this just sounds too good to be true. I mean, really, is this really possible that I could drink 3 cups of coffee and lose weight?
We have people that come that have been in this group with us for 4 to 5 months, and some have lost up to 100 pounds. It's absolutely amazing. They've not changed their diet. They've not changed their activity level, although we do encourage people to exercise as well. Yeah. But the most amazing thing is that we can do something called diet-induced thermogenesis, which means that what we take in can actually burn fat and not store fat.
I've done it myself. I lost 10 pounds, 2 inches off my waist, just drinking coffee, drinking tea. That's all you need to do.
Is there a limit on how much I drink?
You can drink up to 3 cups a day, morning, lunch, and in the afternoon.
My goodness, well that's wonderful, and I'm about ready to try it, so I'm up to losing a couple pounds drinking. I drink coffee anyway.
Let's get you a cup of coffee.
All right, thanks.
Thank you.
Smells good. Tell the truth. Do I look thinner? But I just want to say thank you, Robert, for doing this, and Peter, really, this is just an amazing coalition that you've put together.
Thanks, Rox.
And I just want to say on a personal note that from Rox World, we would like to be a partner in this donation and giving part of our proceeds to this. So whatever we can do to help is our pleasure.
Well, thank you for getting the word out to thousands of people through Palm Beach Rox.
Aw. Hey guys, from all of us at Palm Beach Rox and RoxWorld.tv, June 22nd and June 23rd, Don King returns to Hard Rock Live at Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino to bring another World Championship fight card back to Florida. And if that's not enough excitement, it's Don King's 80th birthday bash, all at the same time. So come celebrate with Don King and the Hard Rock Casino. I'll be there to help Don blow out the candle. How about you? Roxworld.tv has just launched, and it isn't just a website. It's a full-fledged network consisting of over 7 channels and an online editorial calendar magazine, reaching billions globally. There's all the great celebrities, recipes, and fun interviews you've loved over the past 8 years, and more. And if this isn't enough, watch for our new dynamic way of shopping online. It's the luxe lifestyle we all love, not just for the rich and famous, but for the world, as in Roxworld.tv. Thanks for cooling off with us tonight. And remember, Palm Beach, keep rocking because the world is watching. See you next time. You're not going to want to miss the end of this show. I've got a surprise for you. You know how we love those Victoria's Secret girls. We travel to New York to cover their fashion show week, and then we go to Miami and work with them there. And we love Heidi Klum. But this time, Heidi, I think you just may lose your wings.
Just what I want, my hands on. Slip into your skin beside you. A fever deep inside, I can't stop. I'm begging